up, guys? Welcome back for episode 6 of Mic Drop Music Talk. I have a very special guest with me today, Tate Tucker.
Thank you for having me.
I have to sing everybody's names.
Yeah, I love it.
Tate Tucker. Tucker. Oh.
Here we are.
May have to sample that, run it back.
It's a ridiculous intro. Thank you.
And maybe you'll need it one day. Who knows?
It'll be my little beat tag.
Yeah.
I'm down.
So I know that he is a true Angelino because he texted me 6 hours in advance to clear the parking situation.
It's the only thing I care about in LA.
No, but I love that.
Yeah.
That shows that you are a true local.
If you've had your car towed enough or just, late night tickets in Hollywood, you're
going
to check those things. Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's it been like, growing up in LA? You had some entertainment ties early on?
Yeah.
It's a new thing for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, my parents actually met in the entertainment industry. My mom was doing business development for Virgin Records, at the very ground floor, working with Richard Branson and everybody there. And my dad had a good friend who was an assistant there. So he had met her out, I believe, and wanted to see her again and hounded the phones forever. And so they kind of met through Virgin Records, and my dad ended up being an actor and an acting coach, and my mom kind of eased out of entertainment. But that was kind of my foray into it. I was always on movie sets because of my dad, things like that. So yeah, I was around. I was definitely in the LA entertainment world for sure.
So you were always kind of had an interest in it?
No, never. No.
Really?
Black dad was you're going straight to a great college. You're going to break a lot of patterns in this family. So.
What did they want for you? What was their idea?
I think my dad knew I was going to end up in entertainment. He wanted me to make the decision for myself with all the prerequisites to make any other decision if I wanted to. Mm-hmm. So I was go to college, go to a good one, get your degree.
Did you have a different major? Were you on a different track?
Oh, yeah.
What was the track?
Starting college?
Yeah.
I was in the School of Foreign Service at Georgetown, so I was the nerdy diplomatic trajectory.
You were going to be the president.
That was literally my number one goal. I quit basketball. I was expecting to get a scholarship through that. I got a full academic ride, and then was just focused on never making music again. That was my number one.
Tate Tucker 2024, guys.
It's never happened. I went to school with sons of Congress people and I got too close.
Well, that was Georgetown. I may be wrong. That's in DC, right?
It's right in the middle of it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So you were full House of Cards energy
for a slight second, yeah.
And then what turned you off from it?
It's a storybook moment. It was. I think I was at school for 4 days, and one of my good friends was like, "Hey man, you gotta skip your first class tomorrow." I was like, bro, I have 3 I can miss for the whole semester.
Yeah.
I'm the black friend on scholarship. You're the friend with an auditorium named after him. But it was Professor Michael Eric Dyson, who's a professor of hip hop, pretty notable in the black community. He's written dozens of best-selling books. He's just the man. He got a PhD from Princeton. He's from
Slacker.
A similar hood as my dad too in Detroit. So I grew up actually reading all of his work. His brother is in jail for life. Incarcerated, so he's just been on the activist trail. So he's a big guy to go to class with, and I thought I was just gonna audit, and I ended up rapping for him that day, and he told me to come get food with him, and long story short, he invited me back to rap for Lupe Fiasco the next week.
Say his ass isn't shit, but nah, nigga, I don't need to. Fuck with your cause, fuck you need to. Turn this rap game back into preschool. These sacks is whack and never seen to. Change this.
So,
yes.
That was kind of the moment where I was like, damn, I ran from rap and a week into school it found me again.
I saw the video and you were just a kid. And so you had already rapped for your professor.
Yes.
How did Lupe Fiasco get in the room? He's like, hey guys, Lupe Fiasco.
He's that guy. He was the coolest professor to have because he'd pull up. Somehow at 7 a.m, he'd have a mustard stain on his shirt. He was always really disheveled, but he was a university professor. And some days, when I took his Jay-Z class, he would call and Jay would just be on the phone. It was
okay, yeah.
Practical application. It just made you believe. He had to really establish his authority early, and so he used those flexes to engage preppy
So he was
white
just
kids.
in town and he came through your class?
Lupe was on tour, yeah.
Oh, he was on
and so
tour.
he kept tabs on. He always gets tickets from the artists in town, and the really smart ones he obviously tries to bring in.
Yeah, and then did you talk to him after you freestyled? Did you guys have a little heart-to-heart moment?
It was skipped Spanish. We went to Founding Farmers in DC, the restaurant, and it was a few hours of just incredible conversation.
Just like a one-on-one.
It was a group. It was me, Dyson, one grad student, and then Lupe's manager.
Did he give you any nuggets of wisdom for your rap career?
He was in a crazy place when I met him. So it was very like, you know, anti-industry, but he was more on like a global cross-comparison of religion vibe then. He's the most learned person I've ever met in that regard.
That's kind of cool though that he wasn't all sunshine and roses with it though, you know?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Now it seems like more, I listen to his podcast and everything, it seems like he's crossed the threshold. Yeah, he's comfortable. He's good.
Yeah. But, okay, so you rapped for Lupe Fiasco.
Yep.
This reignited this love in your heart. Where did you take it from there?
Yeah, I mean, from there, we uploaded it to World Star Hip Hop, and the next day it had
World Star Hip Hop.
It was great. It was like,
oh my God,
at that
does
time,
World Star still exist?
I have no clue, but at that time,
yes, that was
I
a big
woke up
deal.
with like 200,000 views. Like, I remember going out with my little fake ID and girls from GW. It was just like, I was like a little mini celebrity in this tiny bubble.
Yeah.
So obviously I changed my whole life. You know, I was like, Dad, I'm dropping out. And my dad was like, nope. You have no money. Like, you're crazy. So I switched my major. That was like the
To what?
I went from international political economy to English.
Okay, I was an English major.
Shout out.
Yes.
It's a practical skill.
Yeah.
I was a way worse writer than I thought I was before that.
But I'm sure it served you well in rap.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was pretty micro with my view on a lot of things and my ability to articulate those things. So I feel like it's like anything. If you develop a strong enough craft in something, your ability to express it becomes a lot more nuanced. You know?
And I do feel like the best rappers will throw in some high-level vocabulary every once in a while.
When it makes sense, yeah.
You know?
And like are also tastefully ignorant, you know? Like,
yes.
I was like a English tutored for the first few years after school while I was getting my shit together, and I was really big on like fuck contractions, like use them, like why are you wasting work, like fuck caring about them, you know? I was really big on, even in their college essays, kids were getting into great schools when I was working with them, it's, you know, like it's semantics. It's like not to be, you know, it's just old white European.
Oh, we're about to get
linguistical rules.
Linguistic with
it's
it.
True. It's like I grew up in a stigmatized world where I was told to like speak a certain way and follow a certain rule.
I don't think I know the tea about contractions.
It's one of many rules that don't make sense to me in terms of just like life or death of the acceptability of your writing.
Okay.
And so I encourage kids to stand by their ideas, their theses, their like obviously like correct punctuation and grammar, but more like giving the subtle fuck yous to like meaningless rules of grammar.
Wow.
Yeah. It's about the ideas.
First. Yeah.
Subvert the authority. Yeah.
Don't use apostrophes.
Yeah.
And then so after English tutor, then what? Where'd you go from there?
So that was like a whole, it's not just like a small chapter. It was like graduation, meltdown. You know, everyone's getting $10,000 advances and going to Wall Street and going to like top consulting firms. And, you know, I deviated from that path towards the end of my tenure and was just like in my bones, but I couldn't make that transition without proving to myself that I could really try what I was passionate at.
Yeah.
So it was like this crazy dramatic conversation in a quad, and I'm breaking down in front of like everyone, and my mom's like, just come home, like turn the job down, like don't go to New York. I'm in a relationship.
So you were gonna work on Wall Street.
I was gonna work, no, I turned down a consulting offer, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do anything corporate. So I was like, what's the most prestigious thing I could do outside of that? So then I was like, all right, my last ditch effort is I'll do Teach for America.
Yes.
I'll teach. And then I'll back
Mr.
up.
Tucker.
Because it's always something I wanted to do and I still will do. So I got into Teach for America in New York.
Nice.
Was doing training and then was just like, I can't tell a kid to pursue his dreams or her dreams in a dilapidated school system when I didn't pursue my own. So I deferred and I came home. And I was the kid who moved home with a degree to rap.
Wrong with that.
Rap. My dad was mad. And so that was the journey, you know? And so that, you know, you had to pay for things, you had to figure out a side hustle, and that was one that allowed me to use my brain. So for those 3 years, I was driving to Palos Verdes, 45 minutes to tutor, driving from there every night to sessions in Pasadena or Hollywood or performing. And it was kind of this cycle of just no sleep, right? And I luckily started work at 2. So it was like this, I spent about $80,000 over 2.5 years, just everything back into my music because I was staying at home. So it was like work, it's back into a video, it's back into marketing. And that was really what set me up for the breakthrough moment. But
what was the breakthrough moment for you?
It was unexpected. I had everybody has like a lot. My first one was before all of that. You know, I got my first record deal offer from Nigel Mack, who signed Kid Cudi. That was like right after college. And he's a solid dude, but I had no leverage. So like...
Yeah, you're just starting out.
It's a terrible
You
deal.
kind of have to say whatever comes your way.
Totally.
Or lose the deal.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I said no. And I was happy about it. You know, I wasn't going to even have money. I was going to be working at a sneaker store with a deal with this incredible A&R. But like, I didn't know what I was. So the real moment was 3 years later. I released a song that was supposed to be a throwaway. Just Wanna.
She just want to grow cause we poppin'. We just want to ride with the hip hop. She just tryna cuff like a wristwatch. We just want to.
And it took off. Like I did a really.
I saw on Spotify you have a few songs with like a few million plays.
Yeah, a couple, and that was
a couple.
No, it was really like I wish I had more.
You will.
It's just sparse chapters of releases, so like our hit rate's pretty high on like singles doing well. But that was the throwaway before my
Why
big
do you think
project.
it blew up?
Because we didn't care, and it was fun, and like it was catchy. It blew up in Canada because they don't have any problems over there, so it's perfect with their vibe.
What's the song about? Just like chilling?
We just want to
Goofing off?
chill with the homie. Yeah, it's like we just want to get rich with our friends is the thesis of it, and relax and smoke weed.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Don't we all?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm gonna see what your freestyle skills are like because
Oh God.
I know that you're known for your freestyle. I was pretty sure you released one today.
Yes, I did. It's called Critical.
Yeah?
Critical Freestyle. I'm doing a little series for the rest of the year. That's sort of like outside of the box, you know?
We're gonna do a little series right here that's a little
I have
outside of the box.
a strict no freestyle policy right now.
No freestyle?
I'll tell you why. But I can give you some bars.
Okay.
But it's this thing, like I was on the label and I remember I had this promo run and I was so tired. Like I was so dead and I was giving everything of myself and still expecting to meet deadlines. And I pulled up for an interview at like 6:30. And these guys are amazing. They're like legends. Like I was so hyped about it. It's not a complaint, but it was like my 30th interview in like a week. And I wasn't given any heads up. And I got thrown into like, it was like people I idolized.
That's how we do it.
I know, but it was like if I was like 19, those like I always wanted that opportunity. Like from like 15 to like 20. Give me that opportunity. I'm so hungry. I'll rap in front of everyone. Like I went through so much shit to not do that. At that moment, I was so mad that I remember rapping something I had rapped like 1,000,000 times on video and other places, and I was like, "You're not getting a freestyle. You're not doing it. I'm tired. You're gonna give me coffee and water." I was so mad.
We have coffee.
You guys
we
are
have
amazing.
Water.
But off the principle of that, I was
get
like,
it.
I'm gonna just let my catalog speak for me for a little bit.
Okay, we'll come up with something else.
But
now I'm on the fly. I gotta come up with something.
I didn't
quick.
mean to turn it down.
You did.
It's also because I literally had a session today where I had to fix a 4-bar loop. And I became attached to the scat. And I had to just freestyle for like 2 hours with one of my friends who just like drill sergeanted me. So I'm a little burnt out.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
But I can maybe give you some bars when you don't expect it at some point.
Okay, you can just throw them in. Just like I'll give you a question. You'll be like,
I do your freestyle right now.
This is like the mark of a good host, you know.
I trust.
I'll show the question and then you can just write like I have or I have not on the whiteboard.
Okay.
So I had to freestyle real quick. We came up with a new game in about a minute.
That was so quick. That was fire.
We're gonna play Never Have I Ever.
Yep.
All right. Question number 1. Never have I ever told an ex a song was about them.
Never have I. Is this after we're broken up?
Yeah, I mean you make the rules.
After we're broken up, I have not.
You have never.
No.
They don't get to know.
A song gets written about someone, you know, when you're inspired by them.
Yeah.
And I never made Drake music. I made like I'm in love with you now music. I never made the like we fell out of love music.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So present loves only.
Present loves.
Okay.
I have posthumously admitted that songs were about them at the time.
Yeah.
That I have.
That you've done.
Yes.
So
yes.
you've like reached out to exes and been like, yo, by the way.
I don't even think I reached out. I think it was so obvious from the lyrics. It was
yeah.
Like the only person
You're like,
with a British
Ashley,
accent. It was just like British
don't forget
accent.
about
Like,
me.
Exactly. Not that obvious.
The song is called
security?
Ashley. Okay.
I'm scared of this one though.
Yeah. I don't want to like do you too dirty. Never have I ever lost a great song on a flash drive.
Okay, this is a crazy one.
Okay.
I have sort of. I have one half lost a great song on a flash drive. And
Like a media nightmare.
this is you, Bobby Wooten III, you successful man. You half lost my song.
What do you do?
You half lost. It was crazy. This man lost my song for a year, and then he found it. He never stopped looking, and he found it in like the 17th hard drive.
Wow.
Over a year.
Did you even want it anymore?
It's on my first independent album that'll be coming out next year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like the heartstring part of the album.
So how did you feel when you lost it?
I honestly cried.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's
That's
a song about
heartbreaking.
finding myself. And
And you lost it.
literally, the end of it is about finding yourself through that despair. And you're at the moment.
Yeah, that's like a little overly symbolic. You're like, okay, universe.
He might have done it on purpose. He's crazy like that. I love you, Bobby. This is definitely harder than freestyling with lyrics.
You think so?
Yeah, for me.
Never have I ever had an outfit choice I regret on stage. Like, do you look back at any of your fits and you're like, that was trash?
So if I do regret it, I have.
Yeah.
I have. I know the exact fit.
What's the fit?
Oh man, this is part of that promo run. I was in. It was the College World Series, the biggest show I ever performed in my life.
gosh.
It was like 4,000 people, 5,000 drunk people on this incredible stage, and I don't know. I didn't have like a weekend really to do laundry. It was kind of like come home, I'd sleep for a whole day, and then the next day I'm like getting ready for the next flight. So I wore, it was like this terribly undersized All Saints floral button down, and then terribly oversized like bell bottom pants that I hadn't had tailored yet. So I was like holding them up the whole performance, and then my belly, like not even belly, my stomach was like creeping between. It was just terrible.
You thought you were doing something though.
There was nothing going on. There was no swag. It had no like movement. It stuck to me. It looked terrible.
Were you feeling it in the moment, or even in the moment you're like, this is bad?
I took a big double shot before, so I think that helped me feel it. I was not feeling it.
Okay.
And I look back at the footage, and it's an atrocious
Okay,
fit.
you gave me some inspo for my last question.
And I look back at the footage, and it's an atrocious
Okay,
fit.
you never have I ever been drunk on stage.
Nah.
You naughty boy.
Definitely have.
What's the drink of choice?
I like never drink anymore now. I'd say like my wild pre-show days, and still probably if I'm like really nervous, it's just gin or a gin and tonic on the rocks. But that was my worst drunk night ever was gin.
Really?
Yeah, my worst
Is
performing.
it a good story or no?
It's actually a great story. It was at Dirty Laundry, and one of my best girlfriends at the time was dating Snake Hips, Ollie from Snake Hips. So he was there. British Self was getting drunk. And like, he drinks harder than me, I guess. And Jaja was there. I don't know if you know Jaja, Jermaine. He's like a big promoter in LA. Shout out Jaja. And he'd had me come through to perform that night. I was kind of being managed by this dude Gunner at the time, who was at Interscope. And he was there. There were big people there. And there was someone Diplo was there. Man, this dude Ollie got me so drunk. I was drinking gin and tonics. He brought me 2 drinks. They were gin. Straight gin on the rocks, chugged both of them, went on stage. Jaja proceeded to hold me up for the entire performance. I fell over the monitor twice. I missed all my lyrics. I had like a swarm of beautiful women in the front row, and I scared all of them back, like out of the venue, like mosh pitting. Like it was the worst. It was like whatever anyone's vibe was, I was not.
And Diplo was like, who is this guy?
He was probably, this is fucking hilarious.
No, Diplo was probably like, I want to take a shot with you. I guess if you're going to get that drunk in front of everybody, it was probably good. It was Diplo.
Facts.
Probably like the least judgmental guy in the crowd.
Yeah, he's like, I'm never going to sign you now, but...
Yeah, never have I ever gotten signed by Diplo.
Never. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for freestyling with me.
Thanks for
Oh,
coming
look, guys,
up with
he
that.
drew something. Is that like a self-portrait?
It's little Tate in the sunshine.
Aww. You're adorable. Well, Tate in the sunshine. The creative juices. They just
The
never
ADD
stop.
just never stops.
Oh man.
That
The one you're just talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a wild night. It was just a terrible night to wake up from.
Oh, I'm sure. Was there like any like Snapchats of you or like Instagram stories that you're just like, no?
No.
That's good.
Like Dirty Laundry is like no reception. So it was like, it's kind of like.
At least there's not like a digital reminder.
Throw your phone in the box.
Of the misdoing.
Somewhere, someone on their phone probably has one, but like, who's looking for that?
Yeah. Hopefully nobody's like plotting your downfall that hard that they're gonna release this like
Might be good promo.
years old performance of you like
Saying some really fucked up shit.
Well, now I kind of want to find
Me
it.
too.
Maybe that's what I'm gonna do because you wouldn't freestyle for me.
That's the dirt.
I'm
I'm
gonna
down.
find it.
If you find it, you deserve it.
Can we talk about the freestyles? Is that allowed?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Yeah.
tell us about it because they dropped today.
So the Freestyle Series, it's something I'm starting as like, I had a lot of fans reaching out over the last couple months, and I was like mad surprised that there were so many people still like, yo, like,
Where's the freestyle?
yeah, like I'm getting, or
Yeah.
just music in general, like I'm kind of still getting through off like 2 of your songs, and like it'd be really cool to have like more, you know? And it's like, I get that.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to like put things out there that I fully care about, but I wanted to kind of get back to my roots, you
Yeah.
know? So I thought it'd be a fun way to like get the content
Feed them a
rolling.
little bit.
100%.
Yeah.
And just get
Give them a
weird.
snack.
And see how weird they would accept, you know, like as like a sort of a marker.
How weird is weird?
It goes so weird. Like,
So weird.
like musically, I've been doing it so long, like vocally, that it's just, there's like 800 Tates each session. So it's
Okay.
like figuring out how many of them we can unleash in an acceptable way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many are out there as of now?
Freestyles? 2, we just finished the 3rd, and we have like 3 other ones that we're finishing up.
How does that go? Like when you record a freestyle?
I hear a beat, and I know I don't want someone else on it, so I don't want my producer sending it out, and I know it's not a single or an album song. So it leaves me in a tough place, because I've done this thing where I just keep all their beats, and they never see the light of day. So I decided, you know, I'd distribute them and find a cool way to get them to see the light of day in my own way.
Yeah.
And so this was kind of a series we all were excited about as sort of like,
Let's just see what happens.
we make a lot of out there stuff,
Yeah.
and some of it could hit, like just want to hit, you know, and that was sort of a freestyle that.
Is it the same crew from that song? Have you stuck with the same people?
Yeah,
Or?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, I branch out, but it's my Yup. My squad is called Yup. It's like the collective.
Yup.
Yeah, like Yup. Just like
Or
some
like yup.
like Co,
Yup.
for example. Like Yup is Co. It's just like
Okay.
an agreeable group of people who have incredibly good values and just constantly strive.
Nice.
You know, up. So it's the same people. We've been through the ups and the downs together, and
Is that where like the up comes from in yup? Because you're on the
because
way
we're
up?
young, because we're wild. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I have no clue where the up came from, to be honest.
Well, it does now.
Yeah.
I can see it. Well, you're English
Yeah,
major.
yeah.
You know there's like hidden meanings
Right.
and everything.
I hate, and that was like the number. I actually took colonial literature was
Uh-huh.
like my weird specialty, and it was because I hated everyone imparting like meaning to
Yeah.
things that didn't probably
and
weren't
you're like,
intended.
nope, it's just yup.
It's just, it's just yeah. You know what I mean? It was just an oak tree, and you know, it wasn't that deep. You know? Yeah,
Where was it?
exactly. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know unless someone explains it on Genius.
And you guys are working on an album.
Yeah, that's so the album. I actually was in a record deal with Harvest Records, Capitol Records, and amazing people like the best, like Jacqueline Satter, Tim Anderson. I got to work with some of the best people in the industry. So shout out to them. I'm independent now. I'm super grateful I was able to just shout out Jacqueline Satter. She's amazing. And I got to keep the album I was like working on
Yeah.
as the other half of my first album for my record deal, which is like,
Could they have taken that away from you since you decided to go independent? I don't really know
I
how
have
that
no
works.
clue. I think if at the time, if you know, I had sent it with the intent of it being that project, maybe, but I got let out of the stipulation,
Yeah.
and it was just amazing. I had to keep all of the work from that, and so that was something I actually worked on from 2019 through. It's still being mixed, like through this
Wow.
winter. Yeah, and that was something I did with all of the Up people, and then one external producer, Bobby Wooten, the one I was talking about, he does bass for David Byrne, and Talking Heads on Broadway.
Yeah.
And he's just this incredible musician, like just just a psycho. He executive produced it, so.
So when's it gonna come out? When are you gonna give them the full meal? Because you're giving them a little snack.
We have snacks, and then we have like between snacks and like.
Oh, you're
entrees.
trying to like.
Nah, we have I have probably like 7 incredible singles rolling out from winter through the spring. Mm-hmm. We're gonna start doing visuals like coming into March. And then based on that, I have 1 EP to drop like early summer. Yeah. And then the idea is the rollout for that album through the fall. Mm-hmm. You know, we're going to keep working because there's deals that could potentially take place. There's people that could be involved that might want a little longer timeline, but that's kind of the plan for now. There's
so
just
it seems
so much
like
music.
2022, it's just, there's going to be a constant flow of music.
Yeah, definitely.
You're finally just unleashing.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
I was scared, I was scared the first time I tried to come back earlier this year. Yeah. I dropped a song that was very like lukewarm. It just sounded scared. It didn't sound like I was ready to get back out there or that I believed I could. And this time around,
you're like, nah,
we really put the work in. We really put the work in.
Is that what made the difference for you? Is that why you feel so much more ready? Yeah. Just because of the time?
It's everything, usually it's like in college, it's like you could have sleep, right? Grades or fun. It was like you couldn't have all 3. Yes. And I felt like in music, I felt that as well. It was like I couldn't have mental health, I couldn't have successful music, and I couldn't have like physical and like just life equilibrium.
That's real.
And I found that, and
how?
Patience, like so much patience from people around you, like a support network, just blessings. And so now I'm just ready to like put that energy back into the people who were hella patient while I figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any shows coming up?
Nothing yet. Like we're really trying to come back and not just be like me DJ. Like it's like we're working on some incredible things, modular synths, just fun live looping stuff. Like we're throwing a lot of things against the wall before I'll be performing for sure, but not like a Tate show. Yeah. But I'll let you know when there's performance for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you.
Me too.
It's going to be so much fun. Where can they keep up with all your journeys as we wait?
Yeah. Instagram is like a great place at Yup It's Tate. YUPITSTATE.
I didn't even notice that.
Yup
It's Tate.
Same thing on Twitter. And then my website. I like pretty much every time I release something, you can find everything on my website, TateTucker.com. Mm-hmm. And you can subscribe to my email list there.
There we go.
Yeah. I'll throw bat signals otherwise.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
You didn't do a freestyle.
I didn't do a freestyle. You want to say like,
goodbye, guys. Thanks for watching.
I'll give it outro. It's Young TA from Young PLAYA. That's that 310, and they know they can't try me. I'm nice. That's that 16 to 16. It's a shout out to the CRIP that they named Nipsey, rolling 60s. They see me, they miss me. It's Young TT. You get the tiny preview. Tiny.
We got a tiny freestyle.
No beat, acapella.
I mean, I could have given you a beat.
You want me to?
All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. As always, you can follow us at Mic Drop Music on all social platforms. We're actually now on Spotify. We're one of the first video podcasts, so that's really cool. And micdropmusic.com. You know where to find us, and we'll see you next week.